So, Jamie, do you want me to lead this one with the smaller updates first, and we're going to talk about some big updates?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan. I would love to do that. I am not going to try and stream this into the Facebook group. I will upload it when it's done uploading on my end, because I've been having tech issues with that. And so we're just going to roll. Everybody can join us here live. So if you are here live with us, thank you all for being here. It's good to see you. Shauna, nice to see your face. Thank you for being here. We have quite a few people on the line. So guys, the way we handle these calls is we will have Vedad go through. Am I saying that correctly? Please correct me. But what we'll do is we'll go through the updates that he has, and we're going to start with, as he mentioned, with the small ones, and then we'll move into some of the bigger ones. The goal, you guys are welcome to ask questions in the chat as we're going along. I will feed them over to him and we'll go through, some of the exciting things that we see, some of the operational things that we see, and that will give us the next steps on what you guys can start implementing. And I want to just remind everyone, you don't have to implement everything TaxDome rolls out often. There are some things that are going to come out that are going to be requirements. They're going to be things that are actually going to change the way in which you work, but they are not necessarily always things you have to adopt immediately or at all if you don't feel that you want to. I do, however, want to give you a little bit of a pep talk. Don't be afraid of improving your workflows. It is important that you expose yourself to the way in which these systems can improve the way you're working today and not be afraid of the change. I think that's one thing we all have is being afraid of change, right? And so as you're moving forward and you're seeing some of these things that roll out, if you're like, oh gosh, that seems too complicated, just know it's not that it's complicated, it's that you just don't know how to use it yet. And so if you're wanting support on these big changes that are coming from TaxDome, and there are some really big, juicy ones coming later this year, guys. We at Workflows for Tax Pros, what we do is we take the changes that TaxDome is, not only do we give you a system on how to use TaxDome more fully, but as changes come out, we give you the operational implementation plan for how to use those. We teach you how to use it. We give you templates on how to roll it out to your clients. We give you templates on how to actually use it within the systems that you have in TaxDome so that you're not left figuring it all out on your own. So if you want a community like that and you want guides and basically chief operating officers for your small practice, that's what we can be for you in Workflows for Tax Pros. So feel free to drop in the chat if you want more information or drop a comment below the video. And we'll be glad to send you some more details on how we can help you with that. But going into this next tax season, you're going to want somebody on your side with these big changes because they're going to be good. They're like going to be game-changing changes. And even the ones that we're rolling out, we're talking about today for the Q2 changes, they're good too. So let us be your support. Vinod, with that, I turn it over to you, friend. Show us what you got.
Okay, I'll be brief and precise. Hopefully,
Yeah,
Zoom
you're
doesn't crash.
good.
Okay. Okay, I'm sharing away. So the first little thing that I want to show you is just a small update related to services. Before there was a common issue in where a service, if updated, it didn't reflect the changes in other templates. So for example, you have a 1040 service and you have a rate for that service. You have this service set on a plethora of invoice templates, different combinations of many kind. So for example, if I were to change this 1040 service and I were to change the rate from $12 to 15, I would have the option to update all of the templates that this service is related to. So all of the existing invoice, recurring, and proposal templates will be updated if I edit this service right here. And if I click save, all across the board, all of those services will be updated. So for invoices, recurring invoices, and for the proposal templates as well.
Cool.
Mhm.
I don't know that a lot of people are using this in the smaller firms, but it can be really helpful if you are. So I think this is, I do want to say, like, I appreciate that TaxDome is starting to pull all of the, pull it all together, right? To have everything be linked out because making those changes, sometimes you don't know what's not getting updated. So that's a good one.
Exactly. So this is also another small change that we also noticed users complaining about sending out a signature to a party of two, three, four, five people, and they usually take quite some time. So usually not everyone signs up at first, maybe someone signs a week later, but right now you can just select all of your proposals or select individual proposals and require only one signature from a given person. So only one signature can be valid if you want to change the proposal midway. So if you don't want to wait, you can just go ahead and go to billing proposals, check off a couple, and say require only one signature. If it's already signed, it's going to move forward. And we had a dozen, not dozen, I got to be honest, hundreds of complaints of tax preparers just saying, I just wanted to move along. I don't need both of them to sign whatever proposal they sent out.
Yes, I love this. It's such a huge update. So, number one, update your templates on your engagement letters. You can not note on there if it requires one signature or two. That's going to be a big one. And then if you've already sent out engagement letters and you don't, this is a huge time saver too. We used to have to do a huge workaround to make this happen. So thank you for fixing this part.
And no word, it all comes from user feedback, and that's where we focus on. Second, well, most notably, third part is that for all of the team members that you have in your firms, right now you have the option to essentially have Microsoft Slack, Microsoft Teams or Slack inside of TaxDome. So for whatever team member you're communicating with directly, you can discuss matters of business in team chats. So essentially anything that you need in relations to any given subject, any given topic, you can add team members and you can chat with them there. And we've also have a way of directly chatting with team members as well. So if you have people working with you, this will be a good way to keep everything centralized inside of TaxDome.
Yeah, I love that. Can you tell us, Vedad, there is a time limit on how long those chats are kept for the standard pro account?
I think there is a limit, and that limit is most likely 30 days. So
Okay.
that's the 30-day limit for the pro plan. For the business plan, I think it should be a year limit.
Okay.
So
So I just share that because I just want you guys to recognize that this is great for those little one-off like snippet, like, hey, can you help me with this or can you do that? Don't put stuff in there with the expectation of being able to find it again later. So it should not be your like HR like management system. It should just be like open communications.
and essentially that. And if there's anything that you want to keep permanent, as in permanently related to a client or a job, it's best to either leave a job comment or an account note
Yep.
because this is essentially just a chat. You know,
Yep. Yep. That should be like what you used to holler down the hall of, hey, where's this thing?
exactly.
Question Raymond asked, is this for only the team chat? Yes, that is only the team chat that has a time limit on how long data is kept. Everything else is, there's no minimum or maximum timeline on that.
Exactly. And there is just another small thing that I want to share as well. It's related to the client version. So I'm not sure if you've noticed or entered the client-facing side of TaxDome recently, but we made a little bit of a UX change to the design of the portal, with the aim of it being a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more accessible for clients. We saw things that needed changing, and we made it straightforward. So essentially, all of the current job statuses will be listed on top, and their to-dos are centralized in one space. So essentially, all of the actionable items that a client has to do are going to be listed in a very simple to-do, and you can easily switch to other client accounts if you have them right here, and all of the actionable items from those accounts will be visible there. We kept the same layout of, for example, docs, requests, chats, etc. But instead of having it on the left side, we essentially moved it north, moved it up. But in essence, we didn't remove anything. We just made it easier on the eyes and simpler to use.
Well, one update, I don't know, Katie or Vedad, if you can give this back as feedback. Can you go back to the home screen, please? It's something I did raise to them that I wanted support on. The chats only show the chat body. Oh, maybe they did change it. Upload file. No, sorry. It was on
Oh,
the,
no.
it's on the to-do page. They didn't
Uh,
have the subject in there previously. It looks like they did add it now. It says Vedad in this specific one. So it might be fixed.
Upload
Yep,
file,
upload
please.
file,
Yeah,
please. Okay.
yeah, this one is changed. We take advice very fast.
Yeah,
So
no, you do. I hadn't seen it. I was expecting a slightly different UX, but that's okay.
no,
That's totally fine. As
no
long as
worries.
it's there, because we use those subject lines for
I get you.
getting action taken.
I get you. And the faster you conduct business, the better.
Yeah.
And those are all of the smaller and bigger change that I've prepared for you. And there's one thing that I want to share with everyone, which is like a sneak peek of what's up and coming. Let me just stop the share. Let me switch to my other firm portal real quick. Let me see if I have that one opened up. Share this one. Okay, perfect. So I don't know, Jamie, if you talked to them about this, of all the big stuff that we have planned, but one of those is our bookkeeping hub.
Yeah.
So essentially, what we envision and what is our goal is to help bookkeepers manage their general ledger. So essentially, what's coming is for everyone in the near future, hopefully, the transactions tab will be visible. And this transactions tab is essentially going to have a list of all of your clients' transactions by date, type, amount, description, which account it is, if it's which category it relates to. You're going to have the option to ask the client what the transaction was for, what vendor it was. The client's going to have the option to upload specific documents if they're receipts, etc. So essentially, it's chats within the transactions tab. Um, the option of marking transactions as complete is coming as well. Clients uploading receipts and chatting with clients, as I've said, is coming. Manual reminders to clients is coming as well. And there's other stuff that we're preparing in iterations. We have probably a list of 20 things that we want to see for this bookkeeping hub, but essentially what you do in QBO, you could do in TaxDome with the bookkeeping hub.
Yeah, nice. Is it possible, Vedad, can you zoom in just a little bit? There was a report that's hard to read on some screens. So there we
Oh,
go. That's better. Thank you.
no worries.
And then Pam asked, will this eventually sync to QBO?
Yes, this syncs directly to QBO, and I have linked it to my test account right now in QBO. So all of these transactions are synced fully in QBO. So essentially, what you do in TaxDome, carbon copies and does the same thing in QBO.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I think for firms that are looking to streamline things and communicate with clients in one place, it's going to be a game changer. And also with this service, it is not an increase in licensure. Is that correct? It's included with all the pro and up
Yeah, it's
license.
included with Pro as well, but there's a limit of the amount of clients that you can have in this bookkeeping feature, but I th believe business is unlimited. There's like a soft cap for Pro, but
Okay.
I'm just gonna double check how much of a soft cap it is.
Okay. Awesome.
And
Awesome.
that's it for me.
Cool. Yeah, there was one question. I'm going to just ask it out loud because I think that it could be helpful.
Mhm,
Raymond asked if when you edit a chat, if
mhm.
the client sees the edited version and the original version, or if they just see the original, and Katie answered that they only see the original. Is that correct? Or the final?
They should see the final if yeah, what Katie said, they should see the final, but meaning they should see the final after the edit. So if someone takes a look at a chat, if someone's super responsive and instantly the same thing as Messenger,
Yeah.
once you send it away, you can edit it. If they've seen it, they've seen it.
Yeah, and they will see it'll say edited below. So if
Yeah.
it does change and they're like, I remember that being different, they will see that it was edited. Yeah, I think that is a great question. There was a question from Kathy. Do you guys have an ETA on the bookkeeping hub? I know you guys are working really hard to get that out as soon as possible. It's with small group testing right now, right?
Yeah, it's in a very closed beta. Right now, we're aiming at a Q3 release. If everything goes well, we're aiming at a Q3 release. So now we tested it. We're testing it right now. It's going to be in the closed beta for 2 weeks. We're going to see if we can iron something out, if we can improve something, change something, if something is mission critical. And if everything goes according to plan, we should have maybe quit mid to late Q3 release.
Okay. It's going to be a busy fourth quarter.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff in store for our users, so the entire dev team is working really hard.
Yeah. Can you guys talk about any of the things that are coming? I don't know if you are able to beyond the bookkeeping.
Beyond the bookkeeping, we're the one other thing there's a lot of major projects that are going on, but there is essentially going to be improvements to how job forecasting is going to work. There's going to be improvements to general invoicing of TaxDome payments. The other things, minor UX updates, but it would be too much for me to say. But
I
My
won't put you
best
on the
my
spot.
best recommendation is to check out the community.
Yeah.
They post a lot of stuff in the community about what is up and coming, and then they ask opinions on some of the stuff that's coming, or ask for you to join meetings with them to discuss things, give them ideas, go over. Right now they're having, or tomorrow they're having a meeting about some reporting they're doing for jobs, for pipelines, about ways that you can see how many how many jobs are in what stages, if they're stuck, and stuff like that. They're always posting stuff about what is going on. And I highly recommend joining the community for that kind of information. Because, as it's like make your voice count, they really are trying to bring everybody in so that you have a voice in what's going on, but you also get to shape some of these features that are close to coming out. And then you can also ask questions and help other people by answering questions. And it's just a great space to.
Yeah. So there was a question on how do I find the community? So the community they made it really easy, guys. Right here, community at the top of your TaxDome system. You click on that, it's going to single sign on you right into the community. As Katie mentioned, there's lots of stuff going on in here. The product discussions are open conversations amongst members, feedback, bugs, issues, things that people are experiencing, workflow requests. Then we have the active research initiatives. This is where you can participate in future releases of things if you want. Also, there is a recent releases and a sneak peeks section. The sneak peeks is intended to help you see some of the things that are coming out in beta. So if you are a beta participant, you can also see the details and things that are new in the system right now. It's a great community, lots of support. So please do check that out and see what you can do. Raymond, you said you had issues with Grammarly. I would love to have you post that into the community and in the product discussion section around the fact that it works in the edit field, but not in the initial of a chat field. So I think that's something that could be looked at by TaxDome and improved. Just an example of something that I pushed in the community recently in the Inbox Plus. This was a big win in my world. I just thought it was something that needed to happen a year ago. In the tasks, when you used to click in the tasks, it took you to the edit task field or screen, which was not helpful at all because you can't do anything there. You can basically just edit it. But now they have made it so that it goes into the task window, which is beautiful because you can track time, you can communicate with your people, you can edit and change things here, complete your tasks and all the things you might need. Small but mighty win. So if you guys have not been using your tasks because that window was basically worthless that I used to click into in the Inbox Plus, it's working now. It also has a link to the job that the task is related to. So you can see that at the top of this window as well and go straight into the job without having to hunt the job down. Big win. Sometimes it's these
You're
little tweaks that make a huge difference in the way in which you work.
You'll also get answers a lot faster than trying to reach out to the help team, because you're also getting answers not just from TaxDome, but you're getting answers from other people in your same situation. So it's your peers that are answering your questions. They've seen the same things, or they're also saying, hey, this isn't working, and it's also getting TaxDome's attention. And we are very active in the community. If there's a problem, we will either tag who needs to look at it, or we will go and into our Slack and tag in there like people who we need help from to get situations figured out. So it's just a great place overall, but it's a great place to just see what's up and coming and to help shape the TaxDome in general.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great.
And
Well,
Jamie, just a small correction from my end. I made
yeah.
a little mistake with the chat. It should be 60 days on the pro
Okay.
plan, but the visibility, yeah, I confused it with this one. The activity feed is going to be visible on the pro plan for 30 days, but on the business plan, the activity feed is going to be essentially a year, and the chat history is going to be essentially eternal.
Cool, cool. All right. So just note that is the difference if you guys are comparing the two different levels. Getting an error when trying to sign in.
Let me
Katie,
see.
I don't know if you can look at that and see if you can help Laura. Doesn't seem correct. I don't know why, but
Maybe, yeah, let's just shoot. Laura, if it isn't a problem, can you send, let me just see how the best way to do it. Either through chat inside a text, through get help or bug report, and it's immediately going to go to our IT team and they can take a look at it.
yeah. So get help as a chat or a bug report. Maybe just a screenshot of the chat that you have here would be good. Team chat, we can reply to a message a team sends. It gets busy when you have 10 messages you're replying to react. So Maria, I don't know if you can unmute, but you've asked a couple times about team chat. Is there something you want, like you're looking
She
for
wants
as a question?
she wants to know if we can reply to a specific comment or chat because I don't have multiple people on my thing. I can't check it.
Yeah.
But like in
Oh,
I'm not,
Vedad, could you look at
client,
that?
you can reply like to specific lines. So
let me
if they
just,
do if they write a whole bunch of things, you can reply to like their first sentence or their specific sentences. I think that's what she's talking about.
gotcha, no worries. Let me log in as a team member and let me write something real quick. Okay, team chat. Okay, this is not my sharing. Okay. I need to add the team member to the chat. The channel participants, team member save. Now go back here, general. It looks like we can only have a general text. We can pin it, we can copy it, we can delete it, but there's no replying to individual messages. So it's essentially like a chat.
Yeah. So that being said, Maria, they did make that change in the chats for the client. So I would say if you have feedback on that, you could post into the community and let them know why that would be beneficial. Make sure you tell them the use case, your use case. Like if I get 10 chats and I want to reply to employee one, just let them know that would be helpful and they can put that on their features update for a future iteration.
And
Yeah.
trust me, we have a lot of devs and they're just waiting for work. So please give them more stuff to do.
And when it's those things that like I'm not saying that it's a simple change, but when it's a really impactful change for you guys, that like lights their fire and they know that they're like having a positive impact on you. So that just helps feed their purpose. So do make those requests as you identify them. And that goes for anything. It's like the task thing that I showed you, right? Like that just annoyed the heck out of me. I and pushing and just kept asking, why isn't this being changed? And they finally changed it. So I'm not saying be annoying. I'm just saying be persistent.
I did the same, and you can ask Jamie, I did the same thing. I got a couple of things changed over the few years that I
Yeah.
used TaxDome.
And now you're just drinking from the fire hose with all those requests that come in now, huh?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, it could, Laura, it could be a cookie setting in
You
your
can
system.
always
So
you can always try clearing your cache. That can make a difference too.
yeah, that could help. All right, friends. Anything else? Katie, Vedad, anything you guys think that would be helpful to the group today, or any last questions you guys have for them today?
I have nothing more helpful today. So that's all the help from me.
You've been very helpful, very informative, and we appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, I'm not seeing anything else come in. So with that, we will end our call. Thank you guys for being here. We will be back again in October, if you can believe it, for the Q3 releases that will come out. That will be a goodie. It will be, unfortunately, right before the extension deadline, but please come and join us here live. Vedad will be back. Maybe Katie will join in on the fun too. But the intention is to keep you guys informed on what's coming out. And again, if you want support on implementing this stuff, getting your pipelines ready for next tax season, getting set up so that you can take advantage of bookkeeping workflows and payroll workflows and new lead management, Workflows for Tax Pros is your game. Come and join us in the community. We're having lots of great conversations around how to work smarter in small practices. Small practice to us is 15 or fewer employee or team members, and we can help you get your TaxDome set up so that you can take advantage of the tool of TaxDome and make it actually become an operational machine that makes you more efficient and get you back your life. So come and hang out and get the workflows. We do done for you workflows as part of our program when you join us, and we get you set up quick so you can get going fast. All right, guys, thank you for being here. If you want any information, comment below or email me, hello@Workflows for Tax Pros, and we'll be glad to get you that. And to everyone else that's here, have a great afternoon. We'll see y'all soon. Take care.
You guys take care. Bye bye.
Adios.